Hey guys, welcome to another video. So one of the things I actually hate about living here, you know, by the beach is the wind. There's a lot of wind, so I always got to be super careful about how I record these videos because, well, basically guys, I need to be extra careful of the locations I choose, because if there's so much wind, not even a wind cover is going to help me, you know, in those scenarios. But guys, there's something super important I want to speak about, and there's going to come a point in your life in which you have to make a decision. That decision is, do you want to be someone who's better than the rest of the people and above average and rise above all of them? Or do you want to be below average and just have and settle down for a mediocre life, guys? That decision comes down to watching the full extent of this video, guys. Watching the full video and not skipping through the video, not going through the suggested page or watching the next Taylor Swift or Justin Bieber video, guys. It means staying through the whole video, guys. And if you can stick to that decision, I promise you that the information contained in this video is going to change your life. So basically, guys, as I mentioned, I hope the wind is not killing this video, guys, but growing up, guys, I struggled a lot with self-esteem, you know. I remember when I was a kid, I would just be super scared, you know, of just standing up from my chair in the classroom and just walking to the trash or walking to the blackboard or whiteboard, whatever, you know. I was super scared of that because I felt judged, you know, and not in a good way, but in a negative way. I remember thinking, you know, I'm kind of fat, you know, so people are gonna judge me. They're gonna judge me and they're gonna think I'm fat, you know. And that was my insecurity back then, you know. I was kind of fat. I would even swallow my own like cheeks, you know, so I would look like thinner, like, you know, like that. It was super bad, guys. I didn't want it to walk all the way across the room because I would feel like super exposed, you know. And I'm pretty sure many of you guys have felt that way during some point of your life, you know. The reason why I had this problem was because I used all of my time available, guys, in things that gave me pleasure and not self-improvement on my life. So basically, all I did back then, guys, was just get home, not even do my homework. I was a super bad kid in school, you know. All I did was just go to school, go back home, eat whatever they made for me for lunch or whatever, and then I would just play video games for the rest of my life, for the rest of the day, guys. That was all I did back then, nothing else. So the reason why I was fat was because I was using my time unwisely. I was basically using my time to spend it on activities that were not getting me absolutely anywhere in life. And that was my huge mistake, you know, because the only way to actually get the life you want and to get this improvement in your self-esteem is by using your time wisely. Using your time wisely, guys, in activities that are going to build up your self-esteem and your confidence. And to do that, you have to pretty much develop any skill, you know, become really good at something. And that skill needs to be something that you can use in real life. Like, for example, if you play video games, as soon as you're done playing video games, guys, what's going to end up happening is those abilities stay in the game, stay in the screen, you know. Those abilities cannot be translated or migrated into somewhere else. You cannot take those abilities and use them in real life experiences, you know. Those abilities are just going to stay stuck in the screen. So that's the problem. That's a huge problem, because when a live situation appears and you don't have abilities to migrate towards real life, you're going to feel super insecure. So basically, let me just give you an example. I haven't had a console for the last 10 years, more or less. Probably more than that. I bought a PS4 just like 2 months ago. It took me only 2 months of playing video games to say, you know what? This is not for me. So guys, I have not played video games for the last 2 weeks, probably more than that. And the reason for that is I started feeling like I wasn't at my peak, you know. I didn't feel like my abilities were like at its max potential. when I went to the supermarket, you know, I didn't feel like in my full zone, you know, like in my full confidence zone. So I started noticing that the more video games I played, you know, and the more time I wasted playing video games, the lower my abilities. Like I wasn't getting like the full punch on my abilities. So that was actually lowering my confidence. And it was basically just repeating the same story that happened to me when I was a kid, which was that the more time I spent on things that were not towards growing my skills, the more insecure I felt, you know. Now, in the supermarket, I did not feel insecure, but I just didn't feel like at my full potential, you know, like at my max, like, you know, like when you look at people and you can just like maintain your vision and be focused without distractions, you know, you don't feel this insecurity building towards you when you look at someone's eyes. Well, that's how I felt before playing video games. And after that, I just didn't feel that same punch of confidence. So basically, guys, the whole point of this video, which is super important, is the more you spend, the more you invest, guys, time towards building abilities that are going to make you better, the bigger your confidence is going to be. And if your confidence is bigger because you trust your abilities, and those abilities can be migrated towards your real life. Once again, not video game skills, guys, because a video game, you could be really good at a video game and tomorrow that video game could be gone and that's it for you, you know. Hey, if your skills are like maybe playing video games, but you can monetize that and you feel super secure, you know, you feel like super if you play video games and you feel self-confident even when you go out, and your ability and your life is in a balance, in which I'm talking about health, your lifestyle, your eating habits are in a good standing point, and you play video games, hey, that's fine. But if you're starting to notice a degradation, like if you're starting to notice a reduction in your confidence and self-esteem based on video games, guys, or other habits you have, bad habits like smoking and alcohol, then you guys got to stop that right now. And I'll be right honest with you guys. I'll be completely honest with you. If you have to make a decision between playing video games to make money or another thing in life which makes you money, I wouldn't choose video games, because the more abilities you can put out there, guys, in real life, the stronger and more confident you're going to feel about yourself. So what I want you to do right now, guys, is I want you to analyze, guys, how many hours and minutes you spend every single day on things that are not improving yourself. And then look at yourself and tell me, how do you feel about yourself? Do you really feel confident about your abilities and how you act in the real world? Or do you feel like you're not at your full potential? And if the answer is you don't feel at your full potential, then that means you're not using your time wisely throughout the day to invest time in your abilities, guys. Because when you go out there to the supermarket with your friends, to school, you should feel like you're a freaking god, like you're amazing, like you can beat anyone and anything, and that you have the ability to overcome anything. If you don't feel like that, guys, then you're not investing enough time in your abilities, guys. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and make sure you like the video. Go ahead and comment below, guys. What are you doing right now towards building your abilities? And go ahead and subscribe, guys, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Take care, my friends.